Welcome to Oregon Quilting, and we are on location in West Portland today instead of in the studio in East Portland, and we have a live audience with real people. Yay! And with us we have, and I have it written down because I do not always remember, the women of many beautiful, amazing talents, and that's the Oregon Washington Wombats. We have a representative from the Speckled Hen, Jay, and we have right here, we have representatives from Wings, which is Women in God's Service. So thank you. So I thank you all for coming. And this month our challenge, what I thought it was going to be this really hard challenge, everybody loved the fabric. And when I was growing up in my childhood, everybody wore aprons, and when you went out to your garden, you'd use it, you know, to collect everything and then bring it back in. Or grandmas would use it, you know, you wipe your grandchildren's noses or whatever. And then when it was really cold, and most of them were longer than this, why then, you know, if it was cold in the winter, why grandma would put it up over her shoulders to help keep her warm. So we do have aprons. I've got one. And then we have one that has, this reminds us it's got wine bottles, but grape juice. And grapes, of course, are being harvested at the moment. And they're doing, Oregon is well known for our grapes. And then you can't have well, we have a wonderful garden here, but if you have a big garden, it's not a community garden, well, you probably have tractors. So this apron is tractors, and it's got the big pockets in it, so it would work very well for gardening. So we have garden with our tractors. Now the other thing we have are table runners. So we have several of them, and we have the one that matches with the grapes and the wine, and we have the tractors, and then on the other side we have the fall leaves, and I have grandchildren, so we have to have one with kid stuff on it. And on the other side, the wombats will recognize the fabric on the other side is batiks. So last month they had to make things with batiks. And here we have some that are musical. And so you need 2 pieces of fabric, cinchy to make, 16 inches and 9 inches, or however you want, and you just sew up the sides, and then you turn them inside out. And where's one that's not finished? So I can show you what you do, because when you have your 2 pieces sewn together, you just take the corner, the end, and you sew it together, you stitch it together, and then you make your point, and then you stitch it across. So you could have it either direction. It says 10 minutes, but you know, it took me, well, the first one took about half an hour. Then they get faster and faster. But we have today representatives from the Wombats who have brought wonderful fabrics that they made from Challenge. So, as always, we have Faith with us.
Thank you. No applause, just the fabric. Hi. Today we have a lovely wall hanging from Jackie Davis in...
Where's Jackie from?
Des Moines, Washington. And she has done some raw applique with her cats, with the challenge fabric coming up between them. She does a lovely job. And she's done just a real basic picture frame on the back. Jackie's one of our talented long armors. She always does a beautiful job. This is from our lovely Julie Luma. And she is out of Auburn, Federal Way, Washington. And she thought she did a wonderful job with this. It's a table mat. And she has a beautiful long arm, or a beautiful embroidery machine. And she has done a number of different motifs on some that she's done. She made that wheat look like it was just ready to eat. Then we have one from Jana. What is Jana's? Luchin. Okay, so I'm gonna catch heck for that. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Well, she's a wombat, you know. Lovely little purse. She found some really nice little coordinating fabric for it. And just, you know, just ready to go out and collect some eggs.
Well, since we're collecting eggs, why don't you explain about
these? These are our fat chicks, not to be mistaken with me, but they are chickens. They're pin cushions that one of our wombats that is rarely able to make it to our shows. Her name is Sandy Sargent, and she was at a retreat with us. We call the retreat the Stair House because there were like 5 flights of stairs to go up. It was like he had to pull us all up at the end. The only one that could really get up the stairs easily was Karen, because she's the only one that works out. So Sandy said she wanted to make us some pin cushions because we were looking through magazines that one of our other wombats brought, and we saw these chickens. And we thought, you know, that's really cute. So we hunted all over, Rockaway Beach, for little black beads for her, for the eyes, so she could get them started. She has a few hybrids. I think this one's Cornish. I'm not sure. It's a little hybrid, but and then she also did make us a turtle, because I did ask for a turtle, and yes, it's beautiful, I think. But I do get a chicken, and this would be mine, the blue one, and because I am Cobalt Jars. So there you have it. And these will be given to the wombats at the next retreat, which is at the castle at Arch Cape in October. So I can't wait to give everybody their chickens.
And we will be there in Arch Cape. We're going to tape our next program. We're going to visit the wombats, so you better all be prepared.
Yep.
We're coming with the camera.
Yep, so everybody bring makeup and combs, because it's not going to be one of those trips where we can walk around in our jammies and slippers.
Thank you, Faith.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Who's next? Come on.
Go, Penny. Go, Penny.
Come on, Penny.
Penny. Penny.
Penny came all the way from Malala. Oh, my goodness.
Beautiful downtown Malala.
Beautiful downtown.
Hi, Elizabeth. It's nice to be here again. I missed some of your programs, but I got in on one of them, so I kind of know how this goes. I'm bringing a table runner.
I love hers. Hers took longer than 10 minutes.
Well, actually, this was made by an adopted wombat who went to the Sisters Quilt Show with us and stayed in the house that we rented over there. Judy from Canby, and she's really a busy girl, and it's hard for her to do too much with the group. But when I said, do you want to do the challenge again, she said, yes, I will. And when she saw the fabric, she loved it, and she said, oh, well, I'm gonna do that one. So anyway, I brought that for Judy. She's busy today. Now my project is, occasionally I go paper piecing at a distance or traveling with, things. Anyway, this is...
Oh, look at that.
It really is really nice if you're just going like for a day to do a quilting project or something. I do a lot of sewing for the Shrine Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And we get together at least monthly to do that. This gives you a place for all of your little things that you need to take with you. We have a machine and just pick it up and go. It has a cutting mat and a place for anything that you want to take with you. So rulers and little things like that. Particularly good for paper piecing for small projects. Has a place for pins and that sort of thing up here. And I just thought, well, that would be good fabric for that.
I love that. What a good idea.
So.
Thank you.
Yes, it was
Good. And Karen is coming next. She's all the way from Beaverton.
So far away. I have a block here that's from Angela Dunaway. She's up in St. Helens. She calls it the zigzag pattern. She thought that was fun to do a quilt block. And I did a different type of table runner. I actually had 2 packages of the... I came by a second package of the challenge fabric, and you know what? I've got to do more. So mine's 2-sided. This is a little fall, and then there's some Christmassy on the other side. So that's what I did. And it was fun. I love this fabric. I told Elizabeth I want more.
Thank you.
I'm giving this to a friend. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Karen. And we have a first-time quilter joining us.
I'm Lori from Lyons, and that's 25 miles east of Salem, for those of you who aren't familiar with the area. And for the first time for the challenge, I did not do a paper piece block. I want everybody to know that I can actually make other things.
Other things?
Yeah.
Oh.
So fall is my favorite season, and I always make something fall for my home every year. So I made a pillow top, and I call this Leaves in the Cabin. The log cabin
A log cabin block.
in the middle. And I just raw edge appliqued the leaves on there.
Thank you.
And I brought a couple other my fall projects that I've done in years past, just because I love this season. This is just a small lap quilt.
Look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
And yeah, it's just...
Oh, that's still pretty. Oh, yeah.
The quilting on it is leaves all done in a variegated thread. And this is one of my favorite fall quilts that I did.
Yeah.
This is an interesting pattern. It's called a tessellation.
Tessellation.
And if you notice that every leaf has a portion of it going into the block above it and to the block beside it. And although the block is not difficult to make, it is very tricky planning it. You have to graph it all out, because when you're making, like I said, when you're making a block, you have to plan what's below it that's going to put a piece of the leaf up into the next. So it just was time consuming but not difficult. And this is kept on my couch in my living room all year round, just because I love
It's
colors.
beautiful. It's beautiful. Thank you.
You're getting crowded up here.
Okay. And we have one of my friends is here, and she brought a quilt. So Samantha, go get the quilt. More. Come on, come on. You can do it, you can do it. You can do it, you can do it. Okay, so this is Samantha, and she's from West Portland here. And this,
I mean, I don't know about
this is your great-grandmother's?
Yeah,
Your grandmother's?
from Kathy back there.
Yeah. And her friend made it from Louisiana.
It's hand stitched. Hand stitched.
Yeah, the whole thing is all hand-stitched. So, okay. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And see, it doesn't hurt, does it? Being on television doesn't hurt. Sometimes it takes a while. You know, sometimes the grown-up people, it takes them a long time before they have enough courage to come up here. So now you can tell everybody you've been on television. This quilt I'd made for my mother, and it's rayon. I hadn't done rayon before. And it's half square triangles. And then I have satin cording to go on. So this hung in her house, in her entryway, for a lot of years. So it's beginning to fade a little bit. There's not really direct light, but if something hangs for 20 years, it begins to show. And I want to talk a little bit about this quilt. It's done with fabric. So I had leaves, so I printed it out. So I started with just plain piece of white paper and leaves. That's actually this one here. So then I progressed and I did now I have a wonderful printer, but the lime green did not show up. But I started everything just with sheets of paper. I ran them through the printer with the leaves. So I had a lot of different ones. And then I printed them on, I have to find the fabric, on fabric. So it goes through my printer, and because I have an Epson printer with Durabright ink, it's washable. They're washable. And you just peel off the back. It has paper on the back. And usually I use a steam iron and it comes off easily, but we'll see if I can get it to come off. Well, it starts to come off. So the paper comes off. So I did it. I graduated from doing the light, the white, and then it gets darker as you go to the bottom of the quilt. So so I do a lot with the fabric. I usually memory quilts, and I do. I take photographs, and sometimes it's of, children or grandchildren. We have a grandpa's quilt that if you go to the world's largest Christmas bazaar, you just might see it if you go to Grandpa's booth, and it has pictures of his grandchildren. So I like to do photo quilts, and it doesn't harm the photographs or the pictures at all. So it's really a lot of fun, and it's good to do. I enjoy the memory quilts. What kind of paper? Lynette, what kind of paper? It says on it's printed treasures. I have to, my people here who.
But that's actually fabric, right?
This is fabric. The paper is back here. It runs through the printer, and then after you do it, if you use a steam iron, the fabric comes off really easily. And then I usually just turn it under and sew it on. They do have iron on, and I've tried that, but then it's stiff. And later, if you feel this, why, it's soft. It's soft and washable. I made a lot of clothes using this too. So that's one of my favorite things to do. So, does anybody have questions?
The hangings that you have around on the other side, are those fabric?
These?
Yes.
No, they're paper just on fabric. So these are actually done by Bev, right? Yes. So we thank Bev for doing that on our screens. And we're concentrating on the garden and harvest. So we've really enjoyed, we have such a wonderful garden, and so it's been a wonderful community garden. And is Bill here? How many pounds? Does anybody know how many pounds?
I know that 1,400 pounds were given to Neighborhood House for the food bags already from our little garden.
Yep. So 1,400 pounds of food given to Neighborhood House. And it's been wonderful to be able to go out there and see people and work, and to be able to have fresh food right out of the garden. So I thank you all for coming. I thank everybody who did projects who couldn't be here. I thank all of you that came to visit with us in our studio audience today. And you're welcome to come back in November. We're going to be taping our Christmas program. So thank you very much. Give yourselves a hand. Okay, just a reminder that in next month when we tape, we won't be taping in the studio. We're going to be on location at where are we going? Arch Cape on the Oregon coast, and we're going to the castle. So they're going to be very kind, and John is going to be coming with the camera, but he won't do anything embarrassing. So some of you will be seeing. So tune in next month when we again have more programs for Oregon Quilting, and be sure and check us out on the website www.oregonquilting.com. Oh, no, that's not right. That's not right. Edit. Okay. So.
Oh, we want bloopers.
Bloopers.
And the disc, we want bloopers.
So.
No, start
I'm laughing. So be. I can't do it. So be sure and join us next time, and look us up on the website www.oregonquilting.weebly.com. So goodbye for now.
Elizabeth, what size are these?
Half-yard pieces.
Wow.
Deb, you can have one.
No, I don't. Print you like the best is the red girl the same.
And wash the red.
Yes. Well, I'm a pre-washer.
Okay.